One of the most impressive things about S1mple is how he's able to consistently hit flick shots like these.
Position by S1mple rotating in.
So
He's
scary.
got one.
Edward тоже погибает. Simple.
But S1mple too quick on the trigger.
His personal talent is undeniable, but a large part of hitting these shots is the countless hours S1mple has put into training his flicks. He's put so many hours into CS that these flicks are natural. Moving his crosshair to a target is as instinctive to him as when you tie your shoes. It's something you don't have to think about because you've done it so many times. This is exactly what is going on with S1mple and his flick shots. So how do you train the same skills and start nailing those flicks? We're going to run through some workshop training that can help you out with this. But first, you need to settle on a sensitivity that works for you. In general, CS players tend to use a low sensitivity. This is because a lower sense means more precision in your aim. If you have to hit a target that's only 50 pixels on your screen, a lower sensitivity means you have a wider margin of error on your mousepad. So why doesn't everyone play with a super low sense? Well, you still need to be able to move around the map and aim comfortably. Can you imagine how difficult it would be to come out of Palace and have to clear stairs, jungle, triple, default, ticket booth, ninja, and firebox with 200 DPI and 1 sensitivity? It would be impossible to clear everything quick enough to be of any use to your team. So if sense is so subjective and personal, how do you find the right one for you? There's a million videos and articles showing you how to find it, and most of them are pretty good. But the easiest method I've found is just to copy the pros.
Never do that.
Many pros post their config in their Twitch channel, so if you're watching them stream, why not take a look at their settings? If you can't find their config in their stream, the website csgopedia.com shows you the personalized config specific pros are using. I suggest finding your favorite player and giving their config a spin. If it feels like you're in the right ballpark, you can then make small adjustments so that you can find that sweet spot. And keep in mind, if you've been playing CS for a while, you're probably already used to your usual sensitivity, and you'd probably be better off sticking with what you've been using, rather than trying to rebuild muscle memory. But if you're new, or if you're looking for a change, now's as good of a time as any to find your right sensitivity and start practicing these flicks. Once you've got a sensitivity that feels right, it's time to dial it in by practicing your flick shot. First, you'll need to download Training Aim CSGO 2, created by Steam user Catass and Nope, off the workshop. This map is a great tool for training flicks and reaction time because of all the options it provides. You can set up stationary targets, targets that move, the speed at which they move, the size of the target, how quickly they appear, how long they stay up for, etc. There's so many options to play with, but for now, the settings you're going to want to use are 100 targets at size 10 with a 0.25 delay and a 0.5 duration, and move up to the second level of the map. What this is going to do is have 100 targets pop up one at a time. They'll stay up for half a second, and then, after a quarter of a second, another will pop up. Essentially, you have a very small window of time to hit randomly spawned targets, forcing you to flick to hit them. You won't have time to aim precisely every time. You're going to have to train the automatic movements that S1mple relies on when he's flicking. In order to dial in your sense, you'll want to run through this process 5 times, averaging out the number of targets you hit. Then you'll want to adjust your sensitivity in increments of 0.1, then do the process over again. Did you average more target hits? If so, keep playing around with that sense. If not, maybe dial it back a bit and see how you do. The thing to remember is, this is all about building muscle memory. You want to find something that's comfortable for you and then stick with it. If you're constantly changing your sense, you're never letting your body truly adjust and build up that muscle memory you need. Personally, I'll do this flick practice every time I'm getting ready to jump into ESEA or matchmaking or Face It. It does a great job of warming up my mouse arm and helping me get into a flow state with my sensitivity. Remember though, there's no quick way to develop this skill set. All you can do is put in the hours with the right practice, and eventually you'll find yourself getting more and more comfortable, and eventually hitting those flick shots just like S1mple. Blitz Esports releases new CSGO videos every week. Subscribe so you don't miss a single one.